Hello, YouTube. ZiggyNo back with a quick update on what's going on in the hobby and my insights and perspective. So stick around. I'm going to do something fun, I hope, in this video. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First of all, let's talk a little bit about all the different scamming or corruption. And let me just also say that the word scam is such a gray word, right? Because what is a scam, right? Well, I'm not going to define that for you. I say that because I think everybody has their own definition of scam. What we see, like, for example, a lot of things in the hobby are kind of this gray area, right? When kids are young, for example, I remember I used to trade cards to get Don Mattingly. He was one of my favorite players, and Darryl Strawberry. So I would trade away players to get him. I would trade rookies away to get him. Now, am I being scammed as a kid because I'm willing to trade away a rookie to get a Don Mattingly card? No, because I collect what I love, and that's what I wanted, right? Right? Now, the other person on the receiving end, they're sitting there going, well, this kid, I'm treating him well. I'm giving him 3 Don Mattingly's. He's going to give me the Jose Canseco 86 rated rookie. He's giving me 1. I'm giving him 3. Is that a scam? You see what I'm saying? So, and I'm not here to answer that, but that whole premise is really what we base this hobby on. Now, from there, you have these layers of scamming, right? For example, when I'm thinking about the Dallas Card Show story, and I don't know what happened. I've seen conflicting reports that it was fake, it was not fake. What I'm curious to find out is what is the result? What happened? Were these guys bad people? Will there be charges? And here's another quick question. Will these cards, if they're fake or counterfeit, will they be destroyed, right? One of the things I remember a friend mentioned is you have to prove intent, right? If they have cards and they don't know that they're fake, they're not at fault. Or how do you prove that they know that they are fake? Maybe they suspected they're fake, but they looked good to them when they bought them. You're saying it's such a difficult thing. And again, I don't think we're going to get a conclusion on a lot of these stories. We don't hear the end result. Which gets me to one of the points I want to make. I'm still waiting for an authoritative resource to step up and shine a light on the hobby, right? There's so many things that an authoritative resource could do in the hobby. It turns out, like, every time you look for one, it's biased in some way, right? And I'll give you an example. It would be great if there was an authoritative resource to give you the history and index on all the Kaboom cards that are out there, right? Real quickly, I mean, Kaboom is one of the hottest cards. It's absolutely insane to me what's going on with Kaboom. My understanding history of Kaboom is they were first seen as an insert. They were 1 per case in the innovation set, which came out, I think it was 2012, 2011, right? I know that because back in the day, the Kaboom card was a cool chase card. It was around a $50 to $100 card if you get a Kaboom card, which was pretty cool back in, 2015, 2016. And my son and I bought a case of innovation. It's one of the best cases we ever ripped. And I'll tell you, if we still have that case today, that thing's worth a ton of money. Look at the hits in there. It's a Giannis rookie year. We had so much fun. We had stained glasses. It was a great thing, but we only got 1 Kaboom in the whole thing. And that happened to be, I think, Chris Paul. Anyway, my point is, it'd be great if there was an authoritative resource of telling you about the Kaboom. Oh, another quick note. I think it's 2018 that Panini did Kaboom packs, where they made packs that you got with reward points, and they just printed a bunch of Kaboom. So Kaboom has been something that's moved from product to product and has a very interesting history. People are going to tell me, go check out Cardboard Connection. I have, and I don't think I get all the information I'm looking for there. Again, needed authoritative resource. Let's go ahead and jump into some of my examples here. Share screen, blah, blah, blah. First of all, let me just quickly give a shout out. I found this, I think it was the Personal Finance Dad, this hobby exchange website. I really like this. It's got some glitches and everything. It's free right now. But when you do a search for a card, you get information about, if it's on Alt, ComC, eBay, MySlabs, and PWCC. I hope they add Star Stock to that. I think that'd be cool too. But I do like this, and I thought I'd just quickly mention it, bring your attention. Next thing I'll mention real quickly, and this is part of my story here, there's a contest going on being led by Legends Never Die. I forget, Jake, I believe is his name, and you can go check this out. I'll try to remember to drop a link here. There's this YouTube card thing's been around for a while. There's guys who've had channels for 10 years, man. 10 years or plus. But about 4 years ago, they started doing a Hall of Fame that was run by Mike, Baseball Card Collector. I'm gonna speed this up. It's now being run by Jake. They're doing this Hall of Fame. What I really like about this is, in order to be eligible for the Hall of Fame award, you have to have had a channel for 3 years. 3 years! And in order to vote on this, you have to have a channel for at least 1 year. I like both those things. I've only had a channel for just 2 years, right? I mean, actually my channel's a little bit around longer, but I've really been putting content out for 2 years, in case you're looking at me maybe next year. I don't know, we'll see. But here's what I like. I hope more people look into this. I hope more people do this. It made me realize when I looked at the content providers that I follow, most of the channels I follow are not 3 years old. Most of the ones I follow are 18 months old, maybe 2 years old, right? And it made me think about, is that the norm, right? There's still different communities. Anyway, check this out. I thought this was interesting to you. Another thing I want to bring to your attention, right? StarStock does these weekly reports. I'm not going to beat this dead horse again, but if you keep looking at this, right, we're talking about we're talking December 27th, which I think is interesting. It's middle of January and they haven't updated this, but still NFL is down. I think these two are actually up a little bit, but that's really small. When you think of baseball, it's still half off the season. And you have, look at this, NBA squeaking out a 0.1%. And again, these are December. So we'll see where these numbers go in the future. I think the market, as you've heard me say, is still correcting, still correcting, still correcting. And I'll go back to this real quickly. Here's an example of what I refer to as the perfect example of everything you can explain about the sports card market is in this card right here. This LeBron James 2019 Prism base card. When this card came out, like I remember I had a bunch of these in a box and I was going to donate them to the charities, which I normally donate cards to the Boys and Girls Club or somewhere in my local area, right? And I always include the LeBrons because I knew people like LeBrons, right? So I left them in there. And then I saw somebody was selling them in a Facebook group for like, I don't know, 10 or 15 bucks. And I saw they were selling for like $100 graded. And I was like, this is crazy. And I remember picking a bunch of them out and I sold mine for less than they were asked to a friend of mine that I know on Facebook group. But I did it thinking to myself, this is awful. No one should be paying this much for these cards. And then I saw them get graded. And if you look at the time frame here, this is like right around when this product came out, so early 2020. You have the March boom, right? And then this is what I refer to as the first big boom. That was August 2020. This card hit at $800, $700, $800. Who in their right mind bought this card? Like I remember the hype was, well, it's his first card winning a championship with the Lakers jersey. It's gonna be iconic forever. My God. When this card again hits down about zero, this market's corrected. And then even think about this. The grading right now is worth $100 or $50, depending on how you look at it. But this card to me really just is a perfect example. And anybody who supported this card, which like I said, I sold mine myself. We're all guilty of this hype cycle, right? And this is going to continue this way. Anyway, a couple of things. Check this out here. Talking about kabooms. Another thing I think about too, guys, and I'll say this again, I think there's going to be a massive crash on the kaboom card market. Now, the golds, I think, are going to be cool. There are no one-on-ones. Again, going back to kaboom history, I was going to show down here. There's over 1,000 different kaboom matches in the sports card database here. We don't know the print run on these, right? We call them super short print, but now that they're showing up in retail products, like, can you really assume they're super short print? Anything in a retail product is not super short print. I'm going to call it at least in a couple thousands, right? And look at the money people are paying for these things, man. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, hundreds. Tim Duncan, 800. Curry, those are PSAs. Okay, so again, it just blows my mind. It reminds me of the PMG craze. And I only say this, guys. Back when I started collecting, the only thing that really had value was autographs and rookie cards. Rookie cards. No one cared about vet stuff. So I'm wondering if this is my opinion, I think this all crashes. We'll see. You know, I think part of this market correcting will be this. Right now, a lot of energy is moved into these insert cards. I did want to move on to, again, this video right here. This is Mike and Ty. Love these guys, love their channel, love their insight. Mike used to run the Hall of Fame I was talking about, been around OG for like 10 years. Ty, his channel, Breaker Culture, has been around. Should be a Hall of Fame channel. I'm actually going to recommend that. I'm going to nominate. If you guys don't, if you're voting, Breaker Culture would be a great channel to nominate for the Hall of Fame. There's a conversation here, and I say, Mike, are you going buyer beware? And he says, yes. Keep the fakes floating around the next victim. It's terrible. I agree. So my point here I want to bring up is that we discussed this fake product. Like when the Pokemon product was opened by, what's his nuts? I don't care his name. You know what I'm talking about. Why didn't someone then take this over, open it all and destroy it? Why didn't someone show us it being destroyed? Because my next thought is those sealed boxes are going to float around somewhere. Don't you think about that stuff? When they find these fake Jordans or these fake PSAs or whatever, or trim cards, why aren't they destroyed or tagged or marked? Tampered with, or something should be on there. In fact, I thought about an idea. We talk about cracking cases or case cracking. Is case cracking good or bad? Maybe you should have ink in the case, and if you crack it, it destroys the card, and that way you can't uncrack a case, right? Like if a government agency started grading cards because there was legit investment in them, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. This is what I'll tell you guys. This is a hobby. It's not an investment. And all these people think it is, and you're going to buy the goats, you're going to make millions of dollars. I think there's a rare few that will cash out and make money, and there will always be somebody who's going to spend a ridiculous amount of money, but most of the people in this market are going to lose money in a game of musical chairs. Here's another great video or point I would bring up. Paul Lesko, really like what he does for the hobby. He brings this to his attention. Posts on Twitter that he bought a bunch of these things. I think he bought them. These are like reprints, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they say reprint or not. I think it says it on the back or something like that. I don't even like the fact that these things are out there, right? But these apparently, look at them, they're selling now. Okay, yeah, reprint. Tells you reprint, Jersey, reprint. They're selling for $100, $152. This is bad. Because what do you think is going to happen, guys? When the guy gets this thing for $100, he's not going to be like, oh, I got gypped and burn it. He's like, oh, I'm just going to sell it to somebody else for 80. I'll get half my money back, or I'll get some of my money back. Or maybe somebody will pay 152 for it. This is just bad. And as I kind of commented, this is one of those kind of shady gray areas of the hobby where a guy will say, oh, I bought it for my collection. I thought they were cool. I like the reprints. I didn't mind. I put it in my case. And somebody else said, well, somebody's paying $100 for it. It's not my fault to sell it. He's foolish enough to buy it. Right? It's that kind of gray area, right? Where I talked about earlier, where a guy's going to trade me 3 Don Mattingly 86 Topps cards for the 86 Donruss rated rookie back in the day. Was that a fair deal? You see what I'm saying? That's part of the, I would say, I don't want to say problem, part of the challenge with this hobby is that it's a very gray subjective area, right? Even to the point where people do deals and you see these deal nights, when one guy's doing a deal, the other guy's getting money, you kind of wonder, like, are both guys really happy with the deal? What's the other guy doing? Is he taking it to somebody else's profit? I guess let me try to sum it up like this. In the Pokemon case, one guy bought that for 100,000. He paid me up to a couple million. At what point did that value justify it going up? Right? It was worth. I think the Mealy Pops guys paid over $1 million for it before they got it certified. What made them think that this was worth $1 million? Like, did they calculate, like in the Jordan, how many Charizards would be in it and how many Charizard PSA 10s? And did they? I mean, what was their breakdown, their mathematical calculation? And then the guy who bought it for 2.5 and he sold it to Logan Paul for 3.5. What was his justification in his mind that, look, just because I bought it, I should make $800,000 off of passing it to you? And let me just say this. The one lesson learned in the whole Logan Paul thing, guys, if you're going to open up a big, expensive box, do it on camera with a lot of people watching, right? And that's what I learned. Do it on camera with a lot of people watching. I don't know. The whole market, everything going on. Let me see if I want to close with something here. Like I said, very gray market area. Knowledge is important. I don't like the buyer beware thing because buyer beware is not friendly to kids, right? You should have buyers who are educating people, and that's not the case. So remember that there's not a lot of people educating out here. Did I have anything else there I want to share there? Oh, real quickly before I forget, Nationals coming up. It's end of July. Tickets have already sold out for the super VIP packs. That's already gone. The online price, the regular traditional VIP package is still available. I think they're like 80% sold out. I'm debating whether or not to do that. I'm definitely not going to go for 5 days. I have no interest in being at this thing for 5 days. So do I want to spend money? I don't think I'm going to do it. I thought about buying it and then sharing it or something like that. 5-day early entry pass. That's another good option. I don't know. I just wanted to bring it to your attention, guys. Think about that. Let me go ahead and go big screen here. I'm hoping, like I said before, this year I'm trying to experience this. I'm wondering if I'm gonna do the CSA show. I looked at my plan for the CSA show and I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I want to do it maybe for the experience, but for the cost and what I expect to make, I think it's probably a bad idea, but we'll see. I want to do experiences this year, right? I want to do the VIP shows. I want to have fun. I'm also looking forward to what Fanatics has coming out. I'm gonna be selective on cards and what I would buy and what I'd stay away from. I'll probably do some breaks. I like breaking. I get a whole story about why I like breaking, but I'm probably gonna stay away from a lot of the overprinted products and not touching retail stuff. if it's not a product that's been around for multiple years, I'm not going to be interested in it. Like I'm talking probably 4 to 5 year history before I get involved in it. I think this year is Prism's 10th year anniversary. I'm not mistaken. They should have something kind of cool coming out with that. But I am still, like I'll say, I'm still excited. I'm gonna start putting out more content on this channel. Not like a daily basis, but I am going to put out more content. I see a lot of stuff going on. I still listen to a lot of stuff. I will say too, I've also, my budget wise, I'm definitely budgeting more into my NFTs, which I really, really love the NFTs. And I actually enjoy them more, I think, now with everything I see going on in the sports card world. And you can check out my NFT channel if you want to. That's about it, guys. Hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this. And I'd love to hear your comments, feedback, and thoughts. What do you want to see more in the future?